Across the ages, few figures have captured the imagination quite like Robin Hood. This outlaw, cloaked in Lincoln green, has become a symbol of resistance, generosity, and the fight against tyranny. From the ancient forests of Sherwood to the silver screen, the legend of Robin Hood continues to fascinate and inspire. But who was the real Robin Hood? Was he a real man, flesh and blood, who challenged the injustices of his time? Or was he a figment of folklore, woven from the hopes and dreams of the oppressed? In this exploration of myth versus reality, we delve into the murky waters of history to uncover the origins of the Robin Hood legend. We'll examine the social and political climate that birthed this enduring tale and separate fact from fiction. And we'll see how Robin Hood became a hero for the downtrodden, a beacon of hope for those in need. Robin Hood's story is far from a one-dimensional tale of thievery. It delves into the complexities of loyalty, love, and brotherhood. His band of merry men, each with their own unique skills and personalities, represent the strength found in unity. The legend also explores the themes of redemption and forgiveness. Robin Hood, despite his outlaw status, is driven by a strong moral compass. He is not driven by greed, but by a desire to right the wrongs inflicted upon the innocent. His encounters with the Sheriff of Nottingham exemplify the classic struggle between good and evil. The sheriff, blinded by greed, stands in stark contrast to Robin Hood's compassion and sense of justice. Early mentions of Robin Hood can be found in ballads and manuscripts dating back to the 14th century. These early texts paint a picture of a folk hero who has captured the imagination of generations. The origins of the Robin Hood legend are as elusive as the outlaw himself. Whispers of his name echo through the corridors of time, appearing in fragments of medieval texts and folk songs. The earliest known written reference to Robin Hood dates back to the 13th century. One such mention appears in a poem called Piers Plowman by William Langland, where Robin Hood is alluded to as a popular figure in songs and tales. This suggests that by the late 14th century, the Robin Hood legend was already circulating widely among the common folk. However, these early references are fleeting glimpses, offering little concrete information about the real Robin Hood. They present him as an outlaw, a figure of rebellion against authority, but the details of his life and exploits remain shrouded in mystery. These early whispers, like seeds scattered by the wind, would eventually take root and grow into the sprawling legend we know today. To understand the enduring appeal of the Robin Hood legend, one must consider the social and political climate of medieval England. The 12th and 13th centuries were marked by significant social upheaval and unrest. The Norman conquest of 1066 had created a deep divide between the Anglo-Saxon peasantry and the Norman ruling class. The common people faced oppressive taxes, unjust laws, and the seizure of their lands. In this environment of resentment and discontent, the figure of an outlaw who challenged the powerful and fought for the downtrodden held immense appeal. Robin Hood's Sherwood Forest became a powerful image for a populace yearning for a more just and equitable society. His actions, though criminal in the eyes of the law, resonated with the common people who saw him as a champion of the oppressed and a symbol of hope in a time of turmoil. The question of whether Robin Hood was a real historical figure or a product of folklore has captivated historians and enthusiasts for centuries. While no definitive evidence exists to confirm his existence, the enduring nature of the legend and its deep roots in English history suggest that there may be some truth behind the myth. Some scholars theorize that Robin Hood was inspired by a composite of real-life outlaws and rebels who operated in the forests of England during the medieval period. Others point to historical figures like Fulk Fitzwarren, a nobleman who rebelled against King John, as potential inspirations for the Robin Hood legend. However, separating fact from fiction in the Robin Hood legend is a daunting task. Centuries of retellings, embellishments, and reinterpretations have blurred the lines between reality and myth. Perhaps the true legacy of Robin Hood lies not in historical accuracy, but in the enduring power of his story to inspire hope, challenge injustice, and remind us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit yearns for freedom and fairness. As the medieval period gave way to the Renaissance, the legend of Robin Hood continued to evolve. The advent of the printing press in the 15th century marked a turning point in the dissemination of stories and ideas. No longer confined to the spoken word or handwritten manuscripts, the tales of Robin Hood found new life in printed ballads and broadsheets, cheaply produced and widely circulated among the masses. These printed versions of the Robin Hood story, while often based on earlier ballad traditions, introduced new variations and embellishments. Robin Hood's social standing, for example, began to shift in some versions. While initially depicted as a yeoman, a member of the common class, he increasingly took on the mantle of a dispossessed nobleman, perhaps reflecting the changing social hierarchies of the time. The printing press also allowed for the standardization of certain aspects of the Robin Hood legend. Characters like Little John, Maid Marian, and Friar Tuck became more firmly established as core members of Robin Hood's band of merry men. The setting of Sherwood Forest, already imbued with symbolic significance, became further ingrained in the public imagination as the outlaw's primary domain. The 18th and 19th centuries witnessed a surge of interest in the Robin Hood legend among writers and artists, particularly in the Romantic movement. Romanticism, with its emphasis on individualism, emotion, and the beauty of nature, found a kindred spirit in the figure of the noble outlaw. Robin Hood, once a symbol of social resistance, was recast as a romantic hero, fighting for love and justice against the forces of oppression. Sir Walter Scott's influential novel Ivanhoe from 1820, while not solely focused on Robin Hood, featured him as a prominent character, further cementing his place in literary history. Scott's portrayal of Robin Hood as a skilled archer, a loyal friend, and a chivalrous figure resonated with audiences and influenced countless subsequent adaptations. The Robin Hood legend also found its way onto the opera stage. Italian composer Gioacchino Rossini's Guillaume Tell from 1829, while based on the Swiss folk hero William Tell, incorporated elements of the Robin Hood story, including a skilled archer who fights for freedom against a tyrannical ruler. Robin Hood's enduring appeal as a symbol of resistance against oppression transcended national boundaries, inspiring artists and audiences across Europe. Theatrical adaptations of Robin Hood also flourished during this period, with numerous plays bringing the legendary outlaw to life on stage. Playwrights of the time were captivated by the Robin Hood legend, crafting stories that highlighted his bravery, wit, and unwavering sense of justice. The universal themes of Robin Hood's story, resistance against tyranny, the fight for justice, and the triumph of good over evil, resonated deeply with audiences, ensuring his place in the cultural imagination for generations to come. No Robin Hood tale would be complete without his loyal band of merry men. These colorful characters add depth and humor to the legend. They are more than just sidekicks. They are Robin's trusted companions, each bringing their unique skills and personalities to the group. Little John, Robin's most trusted lieutenant, is known for his strength and loyalty. His towering presence and unwavering support make him an indispensable part of the team. Friar Tuck, the jovial priest, is quick with a joke and his quarterstaff. His humor and fighting skills add a unique flavor to the group. Maid Marian, initially a damsel, evolved into a strong, independent woman. Her courage and intelligence make her a vital member of Robin's band. These characters embody values of friendship, loyalty, and unity. Together, they form a family bound by a common cause, fighting for justice and protecting the oppressed. Their camaraderie and shared values make the legend of Robin Hood timeless, inspiring generations with their tales of bravery and brotherhood. Beyond the core group, the legend of Robin Hood also includes a variety of other characters who contribute to the richness of the story. Characters like Alan a Dale, the minstrel, and Will Scarlett, the dashing swordsman, add layers of intrigue and adventure. Each character, no matter how minor, plays a role in the larger narrative, showcasing the diverse talents and backgrounds that make up Robin Hood's band. The Sheriff of Nottingham, a key antagonist in the Robin Hood legend, is believed to be based on several historical figures. One theory suggests he was inspired by Philip Mark, a notorious sheriff during the reign of King John, known for his oppressive and corrupt practices. Another possibility is that the character amalgamates various sheriffs who were unpopular due to their harsh enforcement of the law and heavy taxation. These historical figures provided a perfect foil to the heroic outlaw, embodying the tyranny and injustice Robin Hood fought against. Philip Mark's reputation for cruelty and corruption made him a symbol of the very oppression that Robin Hood stood against. His heavy-handed tactics and ruthless pursuit of wealth at the expense of the common people painted him as the ideal villain in the tales of the legendary outlaw. Similarly, other sheriffs of the era, who were known for their oppressive rule and harsh taxation, contributed to the composite image of the Sheriff of Nottingham as a figure of tyranny. These historical parallels not only add depth to the character of the sheriff, but also highlight the real struggles of the time. The legend of Robin Hood has endured for centuries, transcending time and place to become a global phenomenon. What is it about this tale of an outlaw who robs from the rich and gives to the poor that continues to capture our imaginations? Perhaps it is the timeless struggle against injustice and oppression that resonates in any era. Robin Hood represents the underdog, the voice of the voiceless challenging those in power. He embodies the spirit of rebellion, the belief that one person can make a difference. He reminds us to stand up for what is right, to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the legend of Robin Hood, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to MG Channel for more videos.